I've been in a creative rut recently, and I thought, who better to take inspiration from than one of the greatest creative minds in human history, Leonardo da Vinci. Art, nature, flying machines, geometry, mechanics. Leo had a never-ending curiosity to learn about this world around him. I believe this curiosity and understanding of so many ways of life are what ultimately allowed him to unlock his full creative potential. So I signed up for an art show that's happening later this week, and I still need to finish one art piece by then. So I thought this week I would follow DaVinci's productive routine to help maximize my creative potential and help me produce my best artistic work. One of DaVinci's most noteworthy habits was journaling. It's probably the first thing he did at the start of a new day and the last thing he did at night. And I love the way he journaled. For him, journaling was about promoting and encouraging the curious mind. And the journal was meant to be carried everywhere, so that whenever a new thought or discovery emerged, one could document it. This journal isn't just for writing affirmations and daily thoughts, which is something that Da Vinci did a lot, but it's also for setting goals and just generally writing down things that I'm curious about and would want to learn more about. And speaking of goals, my goal for today is to find a theme to base this art piece off of. The theme of this art show is unsung and unheard, focusing on stories of perseverance and healing. And personally, I'm not very good at making art pieces based off themes, but I'm hoping by doing some research and looking into some historical figures, I can find some inspiration to base this piece off of. So researching a little into his lifestyle, there are some interesting and slightly insane aspects of his routine. Well, first of all, I don't think there's a strict routine. I think it's more like he has some daily habits, but his day-to-day more so depends on his inspiration and commitments that day. It was thought that he was vegetarian, loved to spend time outdoors, and based on his physique, it's assumed that he did physical training of some sort. Funny enough, I'm vegetarian and love to do those things as well, so go figure. Also, if you've seen videos like these, you know that Da Vinci had the most insane sleep schedule. It's called polyphasic sleep, or the Uberman sleep cycle. Basically, the man would sleep for 20 minutes every 4 hours, coming out to a grand total of 2 hours per day. It's honestly hard to believe that he only got 2 hours of sleep. I don't think someone could sustain themselves off such little sleep. Maybe he was so passionate about his work that he just couldn't stay asleep for long. Or, knowing how famous he was becoming, maybe he just said that he slept for 2 hours to mess with people. I don't know. Everything I know about sleep, which admittedly all comes from this book right here, suggests that we need 7 to 8 hours of REM-filled sleep in order to boost our creativity and problem solving. So at least on this front, I think I'll stick to my regular sleep schedule and maybe not listen to the guy that only lived to 67 years old and died of a stroke. So I'm already on the 3rd day of this challenge and I need to get started drawing. While doing my curiosity research, I found the story of this famous actress, Hedy Lamarr, who had a brilliant mind and helped the Allies win World War II through her frequency hopping technology. At the time, she never got credit for her patent until years later because she was an Austrian immigrant. I put a link in the bio if you want to watch an unaffiliated video about her inventions and her life story. I just think she's a very interesting and inspiring inventor. But this isn't a video about her. It's a video about Da Vinci, or rather it's about me following his practices for a week. And speaking of which, this curiosity research seems to be paying off because I finally have an idea for my drawing. So I'm going to get started on that now, and I'll update you guys in a couple days after I've made some progress. Another thing I wanted to mention that I've been doing a lot this week is spending time outdoors. Da Vinci loved to spend time outdoors and in nature. Not only was he a fan of all things flora and fauna, but he knew it was a great way to clear his mind. I also love spending time outdoors, going for runs and hikes, but today I have something a little different planned. I damaged my car trying to pull it out of the garage, and now I have to clean up all the paint that scraped off onto my car. I will say that while I was kind of annoyed by the whole situation, which was entirely my fault, it was nice to have a break and spend a couple hours outside getting some sun and doing something that was kind of productive. So, after a few days of working on the art, here's the update. If I didn't make it clear in the last segment, this art is based off the life of Hedy Lamarr, or rather her invention. This hand is supposed to represent the physical beauty that Hedy Lamarr had, and the lines and dots represent this code switching technology she created. It's supposed to represent how she was not only very beautiful, but she also had a brilliant mind. I also flipped the piece sideways and realized it kind of looked like a marionette, although I don't really know if that plays well into the story if I'm trying to say that, she was controlling people. I'll be honest, I don't know if this idea is any good, but I think it's the best I'm gonna get for working on this for a week. One observation I do want to make is the importance of passion. The reason Da Vinci can spend 20 plus hours learning and painting is because he's drawn to these habits. To him, spending time on these activities probably felt effortless. And I've definitely felt this. I mean, the scripting and planning of this video, the things that I hate to do, definitely did not feel effortless. If anything, I procrastinated hard and was very inefficient when working on those things. But because I have a lot more passion for the editing and the drawing, those activities have felt a lot more effortless for me. So I felt like I could just spend hours working on those activities and I wouldn't get distracted or feel the need to do something else. Something I've been thinking about recently is whether creative minds like Da Vinci would retain their curiosity to learn had they been born in the digital age. I mean, now, so many mysteries in life are just one Google search away. I mean, obviously, there's still so much that the internet doesn't have an answer to, but does the sheer volume of information available to us take away from the satisfaction of searching for an answer in real life and finding a solution? I don't know. What do you guys think? Well, it's been a week of following Da Vinci's productive routine, and I just submitted my art for the show and finished attending opening night. I will say it's been a very cool opportunity looking into kind of the lifestyle of an artist. Obviously, I'm no creative genius and my art is just a hobby for myself, but it was really cool to see my art up in a gallery and get to sell my first piece. But I have to say, Da Vinci and many others like him would probably laugh if he knew that there was a whole online community of people romanticizing his daily routine. And if there's any takeaway from doing this routine, is that passion is the key to insane productivity. If you want to spend 22 consecutive hours working on something, you have to have an unhealthy obsession towards it. It's as simple as that. And at least for me, deadlines aren't super helpful because creativity and inspiration come in little spurts. And maybe sometimes it has to be a little bit inefficient. I mean, sometimes it's best to take a break from your work, go for a walk, exercise, spend time with family, have a good meal, get a good night's rest, and then reapproach something. At least for me, I've noticed the impact that taking a break can have on my inspiration and creativity. Anyway, I've really enjoyed this challenge, trying to unlock a new sense of curiosity like I've never had before. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, I'd really appreciate any positive feedback in the form of some of these and a comment below. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Now get off the internet.